The Disney company, I mean, they're like a stone's throw from us here at his channel in Anaheim. They have seen their stock plummet over the last 2 years. In fact, they've hit a 9-year low. They've lost over half of their market capitalization, and they continue to get hit with bad news. Where's the applause? And this is being driven by consumers who are fed up with their woke policies that they are cramming down our throats. Well, last week, Disney was hit with another lawsuit. It was over an alleged cost-shifting scheme in its streaming division. Now, the suit claims that the company executives hid the expense and difficulty of maintaining subscriber growth as it suffered, quote-unquote, staggering costs to create content. Well, part of it is they lost 4 million subscribers because of their woke content. Well, joining us now to discuss this latest bad news for Disney is Paul Chesser, Director of the Corporate Integrity Project for the National Legal and Policy Center. Paul, welcome back to Washington Watch. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you. Congratulations on your anniversary.
Well, thank you. Paul, we're going to jump right into this. What does this mean for Disney? Just another lawsuit, or is this a new wave of consumer activism, donor activism, who are fed up with the policies of Disney?
Well, there's probably a little bit of everything there. We've seen the signs of Disney's decline for a while now. They put a lot of stock under prior CEO Bob Chapek in building up the Disney Plus streaming channel. And at the beginning of COVID, early 2020, they rolled it out, and there was a lot of fanfare surrounding it, and subscribership rapidly grew up until the end of 2022, when they hit somewhere around 164 million, 165 million. Well, that was the peak, and ever since then, the last 3 quarters has been a decline, and now they're down to about 146 million subscribers to Disney Plus. And the subscriber numbers were not, Wall Street was saying, oh, wow, look, subscriber numbers. But then they said, okay, but where's the profitability? And the profitability wasn't coming along with the subscribership. And so now you're seeing shareholders get a little upset and say, hey, you had said, projected that there's going to be 260 million subscribers by the end of 2024, and now they're going down. What's up with this? And so they're saying we've been misled. There's been a couple other shareholder lawsuits about this, about misleading information, which is a no-no under the SEC rules. So that's their gripe.
Well, Paul, obviously, at least it's obvious to me and people I talk to, people care about their children. They care about the programming that their children watch. They care about this woke ideology being crammed down not only their throats, but that of their children when they should be watching an innocent Disney film, whatever it may be. And yet there's so much finger pointing when we have issues like this. As Disney is watching the decline of their market and their market share and their stocks and so forth, they seem to be doubling down that their woke ideology is what people want to hear and what they want to see. Are they not at all aware of what the American people want and expect out of Disney?
It's hard to peg Disney as to what they think, because they're very insular. We try to engage them as shareholders, and they're disrespectful. They don't answer our messages. We've had 2 shareholder proposals the last 2 years with them. Engagement has been nothing. I think it's a battle between Florida and California politics at this point, and California is winning out, and as far as who's prevailing in the programming and in the theme parks and so forth. But I think we're seeing with the decline of the share price and the value of the company that it's not working. And right now, the big attention has been paid to Bud Light's decline, and the mainstream business media is really noticing what's happened with Bud Light, with Target. For some reason, they're covering for Disney, and they're still covering for Disney, but I don't think they can hold out much longer with that. They love Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and he's now returned, and he was supposed to be the returning hero to to restore Disney's to its glory after Bob Chapek's supposed failures, but it's declined further under Bob Iger, and he's continued to validate the woke programming and these male greeters at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique at the theme parks, and the Disney regular Disney Channel, the linear subscribers. That portion of Disney's business has declined as well. Pretty much every arm has declined. We're seeing declining attendance at the theme parks. Disney boasted that, attendance was up a little bit, but that's only because in China, the theme parks were opened this year as opposed to last year under the zero COVID policy. So they're masking a lot of stuff too.
Well, I think it's a little pixie dust too, covering things.
Tinkerbell.
But Paul, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to continue to track this.